Hey everybody, that Hootie Lady here. So for Black History Month, I've been sharing what it's like to be Black, just for anybody that follows me, so that you kind of know about the Black experience. So let me share with you something else that happened just on the ship here to the Bahamas. So on the cruise, yesterday I had on a bright yellow top that was cut at the midriff, sat next to us, that was, and the gentleman noticed my plate, noticed that I had some greens on my plate, and asked me where they were. And I said, oh, they're back here at the barbecue restaurant right outside this door, right here. And he goes, oh, do you work here? Okay. These are the things that Black people deal with every single day. Those microaggressions, whether he knew it or not, to try to put you in a box or a container that they feel they are comfortable for you to believe in. Just like when you're meeting new people and they say, oh, I was afraid to approach you because you didn't smile enough. You didn't look approachable. I was so scared because you were Black. These kind of things piss you off. They really do. They really do. I'm just here on my vacation, having a great time with my wife. And for those of you that are following me and worried that I just said the word wife, please feel free to unfollow. But those are the kind of things that happen to Black and brown people, yellow people, red people, all around the country. And it is uber focused on your ability to remind everyone that, one, Black history is all history. It's our conjoined everyone history. And two, that we are highly sensitive right now. I'm highly sensitive. I can't speak for, well, that's another thing. Let's talk about that. When you say things like, oh, well, I didn't know you were Black. You don't look Black to me. What does Black look like? Right? Oh, you're expecting me to have the Negroid features of fuller lips and coilier hair and a wider nose. And if you don't, all of a sudden in your category and your box, you're no longer worthy of the Black title? What the hell is that about? I have yet to come up to any person who is not BIPOC and say, but you don't look white. Please explain to me how well spoken you are for a white person. Please explain to me how your hair is the way it is. Can I touch it? Do you wash it? How many times do you wash it? Are you clean? Those are the kind of things that we call microaggressions. And certainly asking someone on a cruise, in a mall, where you're lost, at the airport, to feel that someone who is BIPOC is there to help you is terrifyingly systemic racism. Just saying. And I know some people will say, but when I'm lost, I look out for anyone. I don't think that's true. My wife, who is white, was in the airport with me. There was one younger adult who was white, blonde hair, the whole bit. And she was going to the restroom while we were at the gate waiting for our plane to come up. And she looked around that whole airport. I saw her. She looked around that whole airport and she zoned in on my wife. She did not ask any, and I was in Texas. She did not look at any of the Black people, brown people, red people, yellow people around her. She focused in on who she thought she would have a connection with. It's natural. So why don't we just call it what it is? It's natural to look at something and say, I'm comfortable around something that looks like me. I'm comfortable around being near something that is familiar to me. And the one thing that we have right now that everyone sees outwardly is our race. So she ran right to Steph and said, hey, can you please watch my bags while I go to the restroom? I'll be right back. I just don't want to drag my bags. Of course, Steph was like, of course, that's fine. So when you think of, put that into place with a little kid going to school. If they don't have anyone that looks like them, they're not comfortable. If you go to a shopping center and you see clerks that look like you, human being instinct says, like with like, I'm going to go where someone is next to me that looks like me, talks like me, seems to be like me, and that's what I'm going to be comfortable with. In Black History Month, while I appreciate that there is the month that celebrates and honors our history and our traditions and our cultures, I also am hyper aware that this is also a time when people are nervous. They're kind of scared to talk to you. You may be scared to talk to them. I encourage you to say things to people, to ask questions, to try to resolve some of these issues together, talking to each other. That's the only way we're going to get over this. So, again, Black history, our history, my history, your history. Just be cognizant of the microaggressions, because right now is an uber focused time where many of us are already on edge, and just trying to do the best we can. And enjoy this time, enjoy this February. It's also a time where I have to say Happy Chinese New Year to everyone who is celebrating Chinese New Year. That just started, I believe, February 10th. I'm sorry if I'm incorrect. But even with that, there's enough gratitude and love and encouragement for everyone. But we're still human, and we still have feelings and emotions and histories and baggage that you never know is coming with every person you meet. So whether they smile with or for you today, give them some grace. Give them some grace. My life is not to entertain you. Your life is not to entertain me. My life is not to smile for you. Your life is not to smile for me. We are all just here trying to do the best we can. All right. That is my experience so far being on this wonderful Carnival cruise. Having a great time with my wife. There is, I was very surprised when I was leaving Galveston, which happens to be the birthplace of Juneteenth. My Uber driver reminded me, and I didn't think of it as a microaggression. I felt it as he just tells everyone that. And as a white man in his probably 60s, I thought that was very progressive of him, is to be sure and tell everyone. So I didn't feel it was performative. I felt that it was truly was him. He just wants to share with everybody his pride of being who he is and where he's from. So I felt that was really cool and encouraging. All right, everyone. Have a great weekend, and I'll talk soon with more Black History Month, my experience of my Black life. Thanks for sharing, following, everything. Yay!